Hey y'all, let's start at the back of our mats in a child's pose, right to the hips, knees wide, hips back, walk your arms out long, grounding in, rest your forehead, any little adjustments you need, option for a little sway side to side, option to shake out your head side to side, massaging your third eye. Take a couple more breaths. And one more with intention. And shifting your hips up and forward. Modified upward facing dog. Drop your hips, gaze up, take a breath, and shift back to child's pose. We'll take a couple more like that. Feel free to match breath to movement. Inhale, shift forward, and exhale, shift back. Last one on your own. Option to point your toes and meeting back in child's pose for a breath. And slowly working your way up, neutral table. Tuck your toes. Inhale, gaze up, drop your belly. Exhale, down dog, hips high, gentle, shift your weight side to side, give your head a gentle shake side to side, breathe, feet hips width distance, even a little wider than that. Take a breath and slowly walk your hands to the back of your mat. Take a halfway lift, grab your elbows, breath in. Exhale, ragdoll pose, let it go. Decompression, the whole spine, soft, your neck especially, let go. Do your thing here for a few breaths. You could sway or bob. Padangusthasana, extra pull, big toes. Padahastasana, gorilla pose, extra pull. Just options here. Couple more breaths. And release your bind. Slowly inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drop your hips into Malasana squat. Take it slow. Staying with the hips. And you can keep your hands grounded if you'd like. You can bring your hands to heart center, prayer. Using your triceps here to prop open your hips. A little bit more leverage, fist to fist. Here for a couple breaths into your hips. Send some patience. Couple more. One more deep breath. And reground your hands. Slowly lift your hips. Take your time. Shake out your legs a little bit, side to side. Get some blood flow back. Heel toe your feet to touch. And cross your left leg over your right. Take a halfway lift. Flat back, inhale, exhale, forward fold with your legs crossed. Good stretch for the hamstring, lower back. Option to add a little bit more depth, walking, crawling your fingers out to the left side. Extra stretch here, just an option for an extra breath. And slowly back to center. Uncross your legs first. Then cross your right over your left. Take a halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Keep that length all the way down. Let the head go. Breathe into that back side. Option to add some depth, crawling your fingers out to the right side of your mat. Just an option, couple more breaths, head heavy. One more like that. And slowly back to center. Uncross your legs. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, crawl forward to downward facing dog. Shift forward to plank. And drop to your knees, tabletop. More hips. We'll take the left side first. Shift your left knee forward into half pigeon. Any adjustments you need here? Find the angle in that front leg that works for you. Should be a little challenging. Should be a little uncomfortable. Part of the practice. We embrace that discomfort. Soften now your hips. Hip flexors. Try to let go of the clenching. Before we drop down, shift your gaze over your left shoulder. Gaze at your back foot for a breath. And back to center. Option to add a little bend. Last breath. And sleeping pigeon pose all the way down. Dropping in. You can stay up on your forearms, or if you'd like a little bit more depth, using your hands as a little pillow. Dropping in. Again, notice any of that clenching in your left hip, left glute and IT band. Also your right hip flexor. Try your best to let go. Melting here. Let gravity do the work. And it does take time. With the hips, getting to those deeper tissues that we're trying to access. Have patience. Just breathe. If you find your mind going to anywhere else, anything that's not on your mat right now, come back to your breath. That's the anchor. Couple more full breaths. And bring your hands to the ground. Slowly make your way up to your forearms. We're just going to add some micro shifting from here. Little shift side to side. Nothing major. Just notice the sensations in that left hip joint as you sway. And when you're ready, slowly push your way up. Tuck those back toes. Shift the weight from your front knee back to table and roll out your left hip. A few times in both directions. Getting blood flow back to the joint. Couple extensions, leg out long, straight back, little crunch. One more time out long. And drop to the ball of your left foot. Shift your weight back into a calf stretch. Just a couple breaths here. helping with that backside body stretching. And when you're ready, let's switch it out. Ground your left knee, shift your right knee forward for half pigeon pose. Make the adjustments with the front leg, get your angle. Before we drop down, soften from here. Hip flexor left side, right side IT, glue, let it go. We're melting. Add some length here, crown. And shift your gaze over your right shoulder, gaze at your back foot for a breath. Back to center, option for a mini bend. Last breath. And release all the way down, sleeping pigeon pose. Take it slow. Forearms are cool. More depth. All the way down to your hands. Whatever you took on the first side, notice those differences in feeling, differences in tension from left to right side. We are rarely symmetrical in how we hold our tension, just developing that awareness. Dropping in, letting go, full surrender. And notice where the mind wanders. Bring her back with a breath. Few more deep breaths. Just the breath here. Nothing else. When you're ready, slowly up to your forearms first. Adding that shifting side to side, gentle rock. Notice what else lights up in that right hip joint. Just feel. When you're ready, push yourself up. Tuck your back toes. Shift the weight off of your front knee back to a table. Roll out right hip a couple times, both directions. Couple leg extensions out long. And drop to the ball of your right foot. Shift your weight back into that calf stretch here for a couple breaths. And reground your right knee. Pivot to face the side of your mat. Setting up for frog pose, staying with the hips. This one's gnarly. Get your knees as wide as they go. If you like some extra padding, you can fold the outside edges of your mat in for that extra padding on your knees. Just an option. Knees as wide as they go, uncomfortably wide. Once that's set, drop down slowly onto your forearms. And we're here. Settle in. This is a big hip opener, one of the biggest. And remember to breathe. If you find your mind going to that fight or flight, get me out of here space, come back to your breath. The deeper we breathe, the calmer we become. Gently shifting your hips back towards your heels. Just keeping that pressure with your hips, leaning back, allowing each exhale to take you a little bit deeper, even if it's a millimeter at a time. Just avoid resisting. Also, awareness to the emotions that come up, especially with these deeper hip openers, can stir a lot of emotion. So just feel, take that space to sit with, to witness. Here for a few deep breaths, fully letting go. Couple more like that. Getting those full exhales. One more deep breath. Keeping your knees wide. Slowly crawl forward. Allow your feet to lift into the air. Drop to your belly. Bring your feet into touch. Push your hips into the earth. Feel that. Bring your knees closer to touch. And add a windshield wiper here, side to side. Getting into some lower back. Rolling all the way over your quads. Get that full range of motion, side to side. And when you're ready, reground your feet. Slowly push yourself up. And we'll meet on our backs. No rush getting there. Lowering yourself down. Keep your knees bent. And let's add some more windshield wiper here. Some more lumbar spine. Side to side this time. Rolling all the way over your glutes with that full range. Couple more here, nice and slow. Milk these last few. And once we are feeling even, we'll finish with a supine twist. Bring your knees into your chest. Wrap up for a squeeze. Release your left leg out long. Give your right knee extra squeeze. And when you're ready, take that twist. Right knee across your body. Scoot your hips however you need. Your shoulders. Adjust any modifications. Props if they're near. Dropping in. Inviting that same sense of surrender here. Let go. those breaths to your spine, to your lower back. And when you're ready, slowly, no rush at all, coming out of the twist. We'll set up for the other side. Pull your knees into your chest. Switch it, right leg long this time. Left knee squeeze a little tighter. And go for the twist. Left knee across. Scooch however you need. Setting up. Dropping in. A few more full breaths. When you're ready, slowly coming out of the twist. One more round of windshield wipers, side to side, just to seal the practice. Into your chest, wrap up, tight squeeze, and release. Shavasana. Take the full space that you need. Final pose, just a few breaths here, integrating that practice. Send some extra love energetically to your hips. And coming back to your breath. Some small movement in your toes and fingers. When you're ready for that full body stretch, arms reach, toes point, rolling right side, fetal pose. Just for a moment, feel, pushing your way up, comfortable seat. Hands to heart center. Full breath in. Open mouth, let it go. One more like that, fully in. Let it go. Hands to third eye. We bow. Namaste. Thanks for joining. Share the love. See you next time.